Hi, and welcome to a special edition CSE podcast edition featuring Colin Lynch, Managing Director and Head of Global Real Estate Investments at TD. Colin, did I get the title right?
You definitely did, and thanks for having me. Great to be here.
If you are tuning in, which I hope you certainly are, today I would like to discuss something that's somewhat unique. I'm not talking about issuers, I'm not talking about CEOs. Today I'm here to discuss the Black Opportunity Fund. But first, before I get into that, let's learn a little bit about Colin. So, Colin, tell us about yourself and how you got to be here.
Yeah, well, my day job, as you mentioned, is running the real estate investments platform at TD Asset Management. It's invested in over 1,100 properties around the world in over 120 cities, and that's really fun, and I enjoy it. I have had a huge commitment to the community and have served on a number of organization boards. I was the vice chair, and for a while the acting chair of Toronto Community Housing Corp, was on the board of Queens, on the board now of Sunnybrook Hospital, Toronto Symphony, Toronto Investment Board. All of these and more are to me representative of my way to sort of contribute to the betterment of society. Prior to this role that I have at TD, I lived in the States and worked for McKinsey and Company, and was also an investment banker at Morgan Stanley. And I'm originally from Toronto. So I'm from Toronto, lived and worked around the world in Europe and South America, North America, and came back to Canada because I have a huge passion for the country and love living here in Toronto as well.
Well, very well said, Colin. Now let's get to the Black Opportunity Fund. What is it, and tell us a little bit about and what you do with the fund.
Sure. Well, so I am one of the co-founders, and I sit on the board of directors as well. What is it? It is an initiative to raise a significant pool of capital to provide a tool, which is financial capacity and financial resources to those that really do need it. So these are Black entrepreneurs, Black businesses, also Black charities and nonprofits. Why? Because these individuals are some of the most innovative, forward-looking, entrepreneurial contributors to our society, both economically, directly through the businesses that they run and they found, but also indirectly as well through the charities and nonprofits that are, for instance, teaching people how to code, for instance, providing after-school education support and the like. What we found was these businesses and individuals and charities, nonprofits are doing such great work, and were doing such great work prior to COVID-19. The issue was they didn't have enough money. COVID-19 made that issue worse. And we saw a significant number of businesses go out of business, go bankrupt. We saw a lot of charities and nonprofits closing their doors. Why? Because of a lack of available pool of capital accessible to them. And so the Black Opportunity Fund is designed to solve that, to provide an accessible pool of capital. And we have learned, unfortunately, as society, that many of the organizations that provide capital, whether it's venture capital firms or banks, do not provide that capital on an equal basis, irrespective of your background, whether ethnicity or gender. And so, unfortunately, that's the reality in Canada. Black Opportunity Fund is trying to fill that gap and provide that financing, that capital to these individuals across Canada. Nationals in focus, recognition of the diversity of the Black community. So that's gender, which is often overlooked, sexual background also overlooked. But when that intersectionality happens, unfortunately, the outcomes can be worse for those individuals. So we're always very cognizant that we have to represent the diversity of the community and do it in a way that is well governed, that this fund is going to be doing amazing things 20 years from now. And so therefore, having the infrastructure, whether being a registered charity, having the board members, having the staff complement that's going to ensure that this is well governed for a long period of time.
That is such an amazing thing that you're doing and that you've helped create. Let's walk through. How does one apply? What are the steps to gain access to some of this pool of capital?
Yeah, absolutely. So first off, there's going to be four streams. First is non-repayable. So these are grants to businesses and entrepreneurs. So that is available, open right now on the Black Opportunity Fund website. And there's an application process that one can go through to receive that funding. Again, non-repayable funding. Second, and that's for, businesses and entrepreneurs. Second, non-repayable funding for charities and nonprofits. That's also open on the website. So the first stream we opened in late January 31st, I believe. And the second stream we opened at the beginning of March. So those charities, nonprofits, funding's available if you're in healthcare or education. We will have future openings for support for other charities and nonprofits in other spaces, but right now we've started with healthcare and education. Third stream of support is loans. So below market rate loans to Black businesses and entrepreneurs. That funding will be opening soon. And by soon, measured in 2 months to 3 months. That funding also available on the website, blackopportunityfund.ca. Fourth is equity investment in businesses and entrepreneurs. That funding available and open in the August-September timeframe of this year. Also available on the website. So everything, as you could probably tell, is open, available, accessible on the website. We also have social media, and we announce via social media, but all of the application process is available and open on the website. And we started with the two, which is non-repayable grant support for businesses and for charities, nonprofits. And then we will be next with the loans, and then followed by the equity investment.
No, that was great, Colin. And could you just tell us a little bit more about the fund, and if it is is it a for-profit? Is it registered as a charity? All of those things.
Yes, absolutely. So in December, the Black Opportunity Fund became a registered charity, and that we're very, very excited by that. It is a long process to become a registered charity, but it is registered charity. And I think that provides a good sense of our approach as the Black Opportunity Fund. We are here to support the community, to provide capacity and to provide that financial tool. We're not here to make money on the community. And so our point, as our new brand position states, we back Black, but we back Black in the context of providing them with the tools and capacity that they need to succeed. And so we're a registered charity, and if you go on the website, blackopportunityfund.ca, you'll be able to see an ability to donate and to contribute in other ways to the fund. And we welcome all support from anybody, regardless of background or where you are in the country.
This is such a large undertaking, and wonderful to see you here doing it, as well as the availability and the opportunity for those who might feel that they've reached the end. You haven't reached the end, and I want to say thank you again for keeping those doors open. Now, just some general basic questions. Is there a minimum amount? Is there a maximum amount? And is the time frame for repayment for the third and fourth streams, or exit strategies or anything like that? Have those details been worked out?
Yeah, so clearly for the first two streams, no repayment. Third and fourth stream, there would be repayment of the loans. And from an equity investment perspective, We haven't defined what the time horizon will be for that equity investment, but important to know, they use this term very lightly, philanthropic venture capital, right? So when we're doing equity investments in Black businesses and entrepreneurs, we're not doing it as a Black Opportunity Fund from the perspective of making 30% IRRs, right? We're doing it from the perspective of building capacity in the community and recycling the gains that come from that back into the community. So we're there to be supportive, and it's not just money for us, it is also connections to whether it's other businesses, lawyers, accountants, et cetera, that can help also build that capacity, provide HR advice, et cetera. So that part's critical. To the first couple points on the minimum and maximum for the grants, I believe we're targeting for the grants for charities and nonprofits in healthcare and education between 5 and 25,000. Though the way the math works out would be around more. I think our target's going to be more around the 5 to 10 on average that we'll be providing. In terms of the businesses, we ballpark around the same neighborhood. We have, however, been receiving a lot of requests for smaller amounts. We've received $1,000 and $2,000 and $3,000 and $4,000 sort of requests as well, and it's been a little surprising that the number that have come in that sort of range. But certainly, beneath 25,000 is where we've seen a lot of the need right now in the community. Certainly there is the bucket of 25 to 250 and 250 and above, but the volume of folks that are individuals that have an idea, they're getting it off the ground, or they've been at it for a year and they want to hire somebody else. There's so many that seem to be in that sort of 25 and below range.
You mentioned something also very, very important. Thank you for the clarification on the philanthropic portion. You mentioned something really important, and that is building the connections, that it's not necessarily about the money, even though it is a fund and money is important, but it's about the connections and the sustainability of those connections and the ability to turn to somebody and get advice or seek counsel and all of those things. That is worth way more than the $5,000, $10,000. Like you can't really put a price on that. So, kudos to you and your organization.
Thank you. And you're exactly right. It's you got to do both, and money without sort of providing the capacity and the ability, the connections to actually leverage that money doesn't really, help solve that need.
Well, Colin, I am so glad that you were able to join us here today. I just wanted to get the word out about the Black Opportunity Fund. Can you tell us the website one more time?
Yeah. So it is blackopportunityfund.ca, and you can also find us on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on Instagram. We're all there, but the website blackopportunityfund.ca is the place to be.
I've been your host, Barrington Miller. This has been a special edition podcast discussing with Colin Lynch the Black Opportunity Fund. Colin and the fund are doing some good things out there and helping people that need it, as well as groups and organizations. So please make sure to offer your support and check it out. We'll see you on the next episode.